Is this a safe space? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iyanoluwa Akindoye. If you're new here, kindly subscribe. And if you're not, you know this is a safe space for you. So welcome to this safe space. I'm going to be talking about something that has been on my heart for a while, but I did not really know how to put it to you guys. I'm going to be speaking on depth and contentment. Now, this is very a bit emotional for me because it's something I've learned, and I'm going to be teaching, not just teaching, but sharing with you guys the things I've learned over the course of the years I've lived on this earth. And so, let's first start here. Is debt really bad? No, it's not, but it can get really bad. If you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, that's very good. I'm happy for you. But for some people who were born with silver spoons in their mouths and who have learned to live from hand to mouth, who have learned to live in a place or in a way where you're not certain of the next few months, or you're not spending your next vacation in Paris, you're not traveling to the United States just to unwind, right? If you are a member or if you understand what I'm talking about, then maybe this video is truly for you. I've come to realize that many times when people say don't borrow or debt is really bad, it comes from a place of having more than enough. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have enough but not have more than enough. So people that are sometimes it's most likely it's either you have enough, it's either they have enough or they have more than enough, right? And I say this because if you've ever been in a space where things were really tight for you, if you've ever been in a space where you urgently needed money or resources to do something and there was nothing, nobody, when they say that that was the moment you realized that nobody's coming to save you, that it's either you make it or you make it, your life is in your hands. If you've ever had one of those revealing moments, trust me, you know that debt is not a matter of good or bad, it's your only option. And when there's only one option left, my dear, you take it. Now, there is a balance to it too, which I'm going to bring very soon. Stay with me. So, like I was saying, on the other hand, you can have enough and have more than enough and still find yourself in a place where you are owing people. And why is that? Lack of planning, being authentic and true to yourself, or caring too much about what others will think. Contentment, I would say this because many times, a if you are in a space where you don't even have at all, right? There's no option. You have to ask, right? Sometimes person will even look at you and have mercy and be like, just take it. You don't have to return it back because where will you even return it from? Anyway, right? But if you have enough, I'm not talking about more than enough. You have enough. Having enough means that maybe there are some days that you won't have 3 square meals. Maybe there are some days that you just have to eat something light. And I mean light. I mean Gary kind of light. Maybe there are some days where you have to. There are some months where you have to do without buying new clothes. Maybe there are some months where you can't. But there are some years of your life where you can never really afford a wig. You have to save up to get one. You must be very, very careful, because if you're not careful, you would realize that you'll be living a life filled with debt. Debt today, debt tomorrow, and debt the next day. Now, how do you get out of this? If you're already in this situation where you're owing a lot of money, and where you 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 are stuck, I'm going to give you practical tips on how to get out of it. The first one I would say is get a job, right? Of course, you have to get a job, you have to do something, right? Get a job, get a job, get a job. I don't care what kind of job it is. I don't care if it destroys your pride. I don't care if it destroys your ego. Get a job. Get something that brings in money. It doesn't have to fit the status quo of who you think you are, that you're clearly not, because you're earning a lot of money, but get a job. Now, once you do that, you want to write down all the amount you're owing people. Write every single thing out. Many times when we ask people how much are you owing, like I'm owing 100,000, and by the time you calculate it, maybe some have interest, maybe some they miscalculated. It's way above that. So write everything down. Contact every one of them. Now, in a place where you're owing, it's very, very possible, maybe out of shame or out of um fear, you do not want to reach out to the people that gave you money. But trust me, that's the worst thing you can do, because these people gave you the money because they trusted you and because they believed in you. Or maybe it was just even a loan app. No matter what, they just believe that you're a person of integrity. So you want to reach out to them, let them know your current situation and your plan to pay back. But you can't reach out to them if you don't write it down. So write it down, know the total amount, and reach out to them. But before reaching out to them, we missed a step. You have to have a plan. So, say you're owing 5 people 100,000 naira, that's 500,000 naira, and say you get a job, maybe bad as things get, you get a job um, that pays you about 50K per month, or let's say that you have to do um, manual labor, and maybe roughly you earn about, let's say, 2,000 naira per day. Let's say roughly maybe you end up spend getting about 50, 60K a month, right? You're owing how much? 500,000 naira. Now you're going to eat. This is not the time to eat a luxury food. This is time where you have to take garium with some. In fact, seeds will not be there, my dear. You will have to take the garium like that, right? As long as you have something to put in your belly. This is the time for you to invest in a little bit of agriculture. Now, if you can, maybe where you stay, there's a an area, a small plot of land, or no, I know if plots, a small rectangular piece of land. You want to ensure that you get maybe tomato seeds, right? You get certain things that you can plant around, like vegetable, and you plant. Then you want to invest, maybe when I mean invest, like get once you buy that, so at least you know that you have vegetable, no matter what happens, you have pepper, right? Just seasoning, that's okay. Then you want to stick with, this is not the time. I know they say balanced diet, balanced diet. You can't eat a balanced diet because we totally some people from eating the unbalanced diet. So all of it join your balanced diet. So the next thing you really want to do is you want to cut down on food, you want to cut down every single thing, cut it down. Then after that, you want to go through a plan, break your money into percentages. So if you are earning 50,000 naira, right? Even if you give the 50,000 naira to the person, you have to give for 10 months, right? To be able to get 500,000 naira, and you know that you can't give that. So let's say that, okay, you work with 20,000 naira per month, or let's say you split it 50-50. You work with 25,000 naira as your earnings for the month, and then the other 25,000 naira goes straight is the money that you want to pay, depending on how the plan that you work out to pay these people back after you text them, like or before you text them, whichever one works fine for you, but just reach out to them. The plan that works out for you to pay them back. So if you say okay, you split it into two, now we have 25,000 naira going into the debt box. That do not keep that money in your account, because the thing that led you to debt was probably overspending or maybe not impulse buying and things like that. So you want to send the money as it comes. So you get 50, 25,000, you separate it down 10, 10, 5, right? So you send 10,000 to one person, 10,000 to another person, right? Maybe you break it into 5,000 naira. In 5 places, and you say you are going 5 people, right? So you send it to them and you take screenshots of the money you're sending. Don't let anybody use you to do field trick. Okay? Have a computer land account, as they would say. Take screenshots of the money you're sending, write it down in the journal, let's see be accounted for. Do that. By the end of the 10th month, you'll have paid about 250,000 naira. End of the year, you should have paid about 300,000 naira. And that works really fine. So you have just 200,000 naira to pay the next year, which of course will be easy for you. But the thing is, you are strategic and you're going in with your plan. Now, aside from all of that, like I said, you have to cut down a lot, which means contentment must come in. One thing I've learned is that the Bible is very complete when it says godliness with contentment is great skill. If you do not learn to manage, nobody has it all. You will never be satisfied. You will always want one thing or another thing. And so please be contented. And if what pushed you to get is trying to foot the bills of people that are being sent to you or black tax, my dear, block them. Block them. Let people do their responsibilities. And if you're like, yeah, but it's not a thing I have a choice about. It's literally because I have nobody there for me. Maybe you're a student and your parents really are not capable enough to take care of you. Not that it's any fault of theirs. You want to be diligent. That means you have to learn the skill. You have to do everything you need to do to get out of that phase. And in case you didn't hear me clearly the last time or the other time in this video, I've said it, nobody is coming to save you. And you need to have that moment and wake up from that slumber. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to give you $100 million. Nobody's coming to give 500 million naira. And maybe nobody might even foot of your school fees. So you have to wake up and pray, and as you pray, let the blessings of the Lord come upon what you are doing. Let it make you doing something. Please be diligent. Be diligent. Rather than borrow, why don't you go to that friend and say, please, can you come on the hotspot for me? Download some things, maybe on your phone, learn some skills, then go online, check for job applications, push yourself to people. In fact, I always say, when it comes to your matter, please, there is no shame. They can't shame the shameless. There is no shame there already. Meet adults around you and say, sir, I can wash your car for you every Sunday. If you're in university, wash cars for people every Sunday. Wash clothes for your fellow students. Tell them, oh, I will help you to arrange your wardrobe. Give me some money. Learn a skill. Some skills might need money to fund, like many money to fund, like makeup, hairstyling, and some things. Go for things that you don't need so much to do, like people to wash their clothes, iron, people to arrange their things, people to carry stuff, right? Or tagging along and being an assistant to maybe a makeup artist, and you get some money. Just find something to do, because nobody's coming to save you except God. And God is going to save you. He's not going to also bring his principles. The mercy of God can bring you out of tight situations, but the mercy of God is so that you will be wise enough to pick yourself up and be diligent, so that the blessing of the Lord can fall on your handwork. So, I hope this video has taught you so much. These are things I've learned over the years. As somebody that has had to come into adulthood at a very, very young age, I had to record this video from the depth of my heart, because I really wanted this to I really wanted you guys to learn a lesson or two. If you've ever been in a situation where you felt like you mismanaged your money,
you earn money and then you're doing your account and you're like, where did this money go to? Type it down in the comment section. I'd love to read and hear your stories. After all, this is a safe space. So I hope you've been able to learn. Kindly like, subscribe, and share this video to as many people as you can. Take care of yourself and remember, nobody's coming to save you except God. Bye guys.